She smiles when you walk away, not when you arrive, and the silence she leaves you with feels heavier than any rejection ever could. Listen closely, because most people miss this. When a woman loves you but doesn't want you to know, her emotions don't disappear, they go underground. Love doesn't vanish, it disguises itself. It learns to survive in small, quiet behaviors that feel confusing if you don't know how to read them. The first sign hides in contradiction. Her words pull back, but her actions lean in. She says she's busy, yet somehow always knows what's happening in your life. She claims she doesn't care, yet reacts faster than someone who truly wouldn't. Indifference doesn't pay attention. Love does, even when it's scared. The second sign is emotional timing. She doesn't open up when it's safe. She opens up when it slips out. Late night honesty, a sudden vulnerable message, a moment where her guard drops and she quickly rebuilds it the next day, like nothing happened. That wasn't accidental. That was truth escaping before fear could stop it. The third sign is control through distance. This one confuses people. She pulls away not because she feels nothing, but because she feels too much. Distance becomes her way of staying in control. If she can regulate how close you get, she can regulate how much power her feelings have over her, to her. Pulling back feels safer than leaning in. The fourth sign is protective jealousy that pretends to be casual. She doesn't accuse you. She doesn't interrogate. She jokes. She casually asks about other women. She laughs it off. But underneath that relaxed tone is a need for reassurance she won't directly ask for, because asking would expose what she's trying to hide. The fifth sign is delayed affection. She doesn't respond with warmth immediately. Compliments come later. Support shows up quietly. Care arrives indirectly. She needs time to calculate every emotional move, because once she shows affection openly, she can't take it back. Delay is her defense mechanism. The sixth sign is inconsistency that feels personal. One day she's present, warm, engaged. The next, she's distant and hard to read. This isn't manipulation. It's an internal tug-of-war between desire and self-protection. You're watching someone argue with their own heart in real time. The seventh sign is emotional mirroring. She reflects your moods, your energy, your silence. When you pull back, she feels it immediately. When you're calm, she relaxes. When you're distant, she becomes uneasy. That's not coincidence. That's emotional attunement. And the eighth sign is restraint. She holds herself back from touching you longer, from texting first, from saying what's obvious, not because she doesn't want to, but because she's terrified of what happens if she does. This is where most people make the mistake. They chase, they pressure, they demand clarity, and in doing so, they push love deeper into hiding. Because when love feels unsafe, it doesn't disappear. It disguises itself. Here's the truth no one tells you. Hidden love is louder than rejected love, if you know how to listen. When a woman doesn't want you to know she loves you, her behavior isn't cold, it's careful. Every move is calculated to avoid exposure. She's not playing games with you, she's playing defense with herself. Notice how she remembers small details you never thought mattered. Things you mentioned once, stories you forgot you told, preferences you didn't announce. Memory is emotional investment. People don't remember what they don't care about. Watch how she reacts when you're vulnerable. She may not respond with grand emotion, but she becomes still, focused, present. Her body language softens, her tone changes. Love doesn't always rush in with words. Sometimes it stands guard in silence. Pay attention to how she treats your absence, not your presence. Your absence. Does she grow quieter? Does her energy shift? Does she subtly reappear after you pull away, testing the connection without admitting she missed it? That's attachment revealing itself carefully. Another sign lives in restraint around boundaries. She doesn't cross lines, even when she wants to. She respects space almost too much. That's not lack of desire. That's fear of ruining what she can't afford to lose. She's protecting the connection by not risking it. There's also emotional correction. If she thinks she revealed too much, she'll backtrack, minimize, act indifferent. This isn't dishonesty, it's damage control. She's trying to put feelings back into the box they escaped from. You'll see it in her compliments too. They won't be direct. She won't say, "I like you." She'll say things like "you're different," or "people trust you," or "you make things feel calm." Those are emotional admissions wearing logical clothing. And then there's the way she listens when you talk about other women. She doesn't compete. She observes. She's collecting information, not to win, but to understand where she stands without asking the question she's afraid of the answer to. What you must understand is this: love that hides is love that feels unsafe expressing itself. Past wounds, fear of rejection, loss of control, loss of self. These fears don't come from you, but they affect how she shows up with you. If you confront hidden love aggressively, it collapses inward. If you try to force clarity, it retreats. Pressure doesn't create honesty. Safety does. Your role isn't to expose her feelings. It's to remain emotionally grounded enough that her feelings no longer need to hide. Calm presence is magnetic. Emotional stability invites truth. When she feels she won't lose herself or you by being honest, love stops whispering. It starts speaking. Most people lose hidden love, not because it wasn't real, but because they reacted instead of understanding. Here's where psychology matters. When someone is suppressing emotion, they're watching for danger signals. Inconsistency, emotional volatility, neediness, pressure, any sign that revealing feelings will cost them safety or power. If you chase reassurance, you confirm her fear. If you withdraw dramatically, you trigger insecurity. The balance is quiet confidence, staying present without demanding, interested without clinging. Notice how she tests you emotionally. Small disagreements, slight distance, minor silence. She's watching how you respond, not to punish you, but to see if emotional honesty would be safe with you. Another sign reveals itself in how she supports you. She encourages your growth, even when it could mean losing access to you. That's love acting selflessly while pretending not to care. People who don't love you don't invest in who you're becoming. There's also a subtle competitiveness with herself. She wants to matter to you, but she doesn't want to need to matter. That internal conflict creates emotional tension you can feel, even if she never names it. Understand this: hidden love isn't weak, it's restrained, and restraint requires energy. Eventually, something has to give. Your job is not to decode every signal obsessively. It's to remain consistent, grounded, respectful. Let her nervous system learn that closeness doesn't equal danger. When she feels emotionally safe, the signs change. Inconsistency fades. Distance shrinks. Communication softens. The need to hide dissolves naturally, without confrontation. Love doesn't need to be hunted. It needs to feel safe enough to come forward. And if it never does, that's not a failure. It's information. Because someone who loves you but can't show it is still someone who isn't ready to meet you fully. And readiness matters more than feeling. Here's the final truth most people avoid. Love that hides teaches you as much about yourself as it does about her. It teaches patience, emotional intelligence, self-respect. It forces you to choose between chasing validation and standing in your worth. If she never admits it, don't turn that into self-doubt. Hidden love doesn't mean unworthy love. It means unresolved fear. The healthiest response is clarity within yourself, not demanding answers, but knowing what you deserve. Emotional openness, consistency, safety in both directions. Sometimes love reveals itself not through confession, but through contrast. When you stop chasing, stop over-explaining, stop proving, and she suddenly feels the distance. That reaction tells you everything. Love that doesn't want to be seen still feels loss. And if she does step forward, it won't be dramatic. It'll be quiet, honest, relieved, because love that's been hiding is tired. Now here's my question for you, and answer it honestly in the comments. Have you ever felt someone loved you but was too afraid to admit it? And did you wait, or did you walk away? If this resonated with you, like the video, subscribe for deeper psychological insight, and share this with someone who needs to hear what you just heard, even if they don't realize it yet.